What's up, everybody? Welcome to our channel, and today we're going to be talking about 5 tips on how to make money off sneakers.
Before we hop onto this video, I'm just gonna say, I know sneaker reselling is frowned upon in the community, but it's part of the culture and we might as well help you guys make money out of it.
Take advantage of it while it's pretty relevant right now.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's get into tip number 1. Tip number 1, get your sneakers for retail on drop day.
That's pretty self-explanatory, but that's how you make money, man. That's the number one way you make money. You can't be buying from consignment shops like Fly Club,
Round 2,
Rip
Los
LA,
Angeles,
Mag Park. I mean, yeah, those are the guys you're trying to be. You know, you can't be buying from them.
You can't be buying from their prices and trying to sell at their prices. You know, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
There's no room for, there's no profit margin at all. Yeah. So try to get your shoes for retail when you're going for the, the Jordan 1s, the Yeezys, any Jordans, I guess, any Yeezys. But try to do your best to get them for retail. Wake up early that day. Make sure that you know the times.
Websites.
Exactly.
I think one of the underrated ones that you need to know is the small websites that not a lot of people know. Sneaker and stuff, that's pretty popular.
And clothing, bodega. All the little consortium stores. They're carrying little stock, but sometimes you'll get a better chance off that than Adidas.com or Nike or Foot Locker, East Bay. Hit up have your whole list of where they're releasing.
I think Yeezy Supply is the easiest one.
Yeezy Supply is a really good one. Only thing is, they drop middle of the night, 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So
you gotta be up for that, man.
If you're really gonna want to make that profit off the Yeezys, you gotta put in the work. So get your shoes for retail because you're gonna want to sell it for whatever the consignment shops are selling it for, or maybe a little lower.
A little lower for sure.
So
you can't be selling them.
Definitely, because it just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So on to tip number 2.
Tip number 2, you gotta go find some steals out there.
Definitely.
Go to your local flea markets.
Yep.
Check I think the best spot to check is your local Facebook groups. OfferUp, Craigslist, eBay. You gotta make sure they're legit.
Yep. But I think one of the not underrated, but one of the places that not a lot of people go to is the flea markets. If you know when the flea markets pop up, because I know sometimes it's every Sunday, every Saturday, every 2 Saturdays, but you can find some really good sneakers. For example, I found these 2013 black toes at a local flea market. Shout out to my brother for $100, which is way below market, and they're used, but they're really good condition. After you clean them up, they're like 9 out of 10 for $100. You can't go wrong. And if I decided to sell it, probably sell it for that's
money right here.
That's probably $200, $190, and that's a $90 profit at the least. So definitely the flea markets are a step up. You just gotta make sure to
you gotta put in work though.
Yeah, you gotta make sure to put in work and make sure they're legit, obviously. But flea markets, Facebook groups, like he said, definitely a good place to catch steals. And you could do that in the downtime of drops, because drops aren't always gonna happen. Or something could come out and it's not going to resell too much. In the meantime, you can go look for sure steals, and sometimes steals you can make even more profit because you're getting it for so low. But the only thing is you got to put in the work. Drive to the flea markets, scout online like we said, but definitely looking to get some steals. So on to tip number 3. Tip number 3, where to sell your sneakers.
Number 1 option, I think is the best one, is
local
to sell
meetups.
Locally first.
Definitely.
There's Facebook groups, OfferUp, Craigslist.
So pretty much where you got the steals, flip them right away if you can, but try not to flip them in the same group that you found the steal. You can't look scummy. You know what I'm saying? You can't look like a scum, but it's all right.
Scum,
but low
don't
key,
look like a scum.
Exactly, low key be a scum.
Yeah,
but definitely prefer the local meetups because that's straight cash right away, man, and you don't have to deal with shipping because this dude got scammed.
I got scammed.
This dude got scammed off shipping, so that's a story for another video. But
yeah,
just know that he got scammed. I
don't want to talk about it. Right
just know that he got scammed. But definitely local meetups is preferred. But if you want to go online route, there's some sites that you can go to.
StockX.
Definitely.
Goat. It's kind of hard to get into.
Yeah,
but
you gotta like apply, but
for sure. I think one thing we should probably do another video.
Yeah, we can do a separate video on how to do this, but
yeah,
Goat. Just know that you gotta go through some process first. But StockX you can sell right away.
StockX, Goat, StockX, not Craigslist. Some online consignments like Flight Club, you can send them there.
You just gotta ship them. But they do take fees though. That's the only thing. So that's why the local meetup is always preferred.
That's the way to make the most money is to do local meetup with.
Or if you ship to a buyer, make sure you use PayPal invoice or some sort of.
That's very
important. Some
PayPal
sort
invoice.
of liability, so they obviously can't scam you. So on to the next one. Tip number 4. Tip number 4. So this one might sound like common sense. But not a lot of people do it. What we've seen is clean your shoes. Obviously, if they're not dead stock,
selling them, yeah.
Clean your shoes and get some good lighting when you take the pictures, because a lot of people might claim they're fake if they don't see the details that you see, and so having good
and just having a good high quality picture.
Yeah,
it'll get attention.
It gets attention. It attracts them more. But definitely clean them, because when I got these, they were not as clean. They were still all right, but I cleaned them up,
and now that honestly, you could
pass almost as dead stock.
9
besides the bottom,
yeah,
or a 9 out of 10, and you can get more money off that. All you gotta do is get a toothbrush and some soap. Make sure you present your product as well as they can. Obviously, like that's what everybody does. Seems like a simple one, but
not
it's
a lot
very
of people
important
do it,
one. Not a lot of people do it. So on to the last tip. Tip number 5. Having patience in this game will definitely pay off if you can afford to hold off and having your money into the sneakers. But for most releases like Yeezys or hyped up shoes, OG Jordans, the more you hold on to them,
the higher they'll go up.
The higher they'll go up, definitely. I don't know what the hell that was, but they'll definitely go up. But when you see a price lower than what you're trying to get for it, you cannot panic.
You cannot panic, man. Just like how I did with my copper Yeezys. That's the one I got scammed up.
He got scared because he thought the price was gonna go low. But
they weren't going up, man. They were like 480. I couldn't sell them, dude. And some dude was just like, "Yo, I'll buy them off you for 500." And he was from Houston, Texas. And I was like, "All right, man, whatever. I'll ship them to you," because I was desperate.
Next thing you know, he ain't got the money.
I got scammed.
That's why you gotta use that PayPal invoice, even though the fee.
PayPal invoice, yeah.
So patience will pay off. It'll either.
How much are they now? The copper ones?
The copper ones that he got scammed on, he sold them for 5. Right now they're like 600, 700.
700-ish.
So if you can afford it,
yeah,
definitely hold on. But if you can't, don't panic right away, because you'll get.
Because the trend with Yeezys, I think, is release week. They'll be good price.
Yep. Then they'll go down once everyone
gets their pairs, and then people will start undercutting each other. So it'll go down. Then a couple months, it'll go up again, and pretty much it'll stay there. So
yeah,
you don't have to worry about not making money, man.
Because you'll definitely make your money. You'll never lose money, unless you're buying like the general releases. But definitely be patient.
Thanks for watching the video. Give us a thumbs up, a like. That's the same thing, but comment. Leave a comment what we missed. If you guys have any tips of your own. And
if you enjoyed what you saw today, we're gonna be posting videos regularly, so make sure to hit that sub button. And thanks for checking this out.
See ya.
Peace out.